Alright, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. It is max effort doubles on dips day. Last week we managed to hit an all-time PR, 151 pounds for 6 sets of 2. This week we're going to see if we can beat it. I'm trying to just PR from here on out until I can't anymore. And it's time to move on to singles. So 155 pounds, hoping to get 6 sets of 2. Kept warm-ups to a minimum, just the two reps at 55 pounds, 1 rep at 110, then straight into the working weight. I knew I was going to need all the energy I could muster to get through these max sets. So set 1, the first rep moved great. Second rep was a little bit of a grind. On the second set here, you're going to see that first rep. I don't know what happened. I think I got my elbows flared out a little bit too much. First rep was tough. Wasn't sure if I was going to get a second rep, but managed to grind that out. Whoa. All right, I don't know about the depth on that one. Gotta refocus here. All right, so I stopped, watched the footage back. Depth looked good. Actually took a few minutes and voiced over my video from last night. Quick 4-minute video. Then came back for set 3. So third set here. First rep moved good, and that's key on the doubles. If the first rep moves poorly, that makes that second rep just infinitely harder. So I always know the second rep's going to be tough, but got to get that first rep bang on, moving as explosively as possible. Fourth set, come back. It was the same thing last week. Fourth set, all of a sudden, things got moving better on that rep.
Oh, better. As long as I got depth, that was better.
Right, so again, depth was good. On to set 5. 2 more to go. We're at another PR. We've already got the weight PR, but we're just trying to get this volume PR, 6 sets with 155.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Woo, 1 more to go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, we thought we were going to fail that one, eh?
All right, 6 sets at 155 pounds. Now, you might look at those and say, man, some of those reps were an absolute grind. I definitely don't look at that as a negative, though. Usually on the heavy sets, the top half is where I fail. I'm learning to grind through that top half when it gets hard. So that's good. We're making progress. Next week, on to 160 pounds for doubles. We'll see if we can get 1 more week out of here. And if we do, we'll just keep moving on. If not, it'll be time to go to singles. So next up, we got some volume on pull-ups. Goal was to get 5 sets of 10 on pull-ups, and then in between every set of pull-ups, I did a max set of flat dumbbell presses. So starting with 85 pounds, as many reps as possible. Trying to get every set as close to failure as possible without actually failing a rep. So I've got a goal of getting my 100-pound dumbbell presses up to 15 reps. So I started at 80, managed to get them up to 15 reps. This week we're on to 85s for the first set. So the goal again on these with 85s is to get 15 reps, and then we'll go up to 90s. So obviously I just got the 80s up to 15 reps. I don't expect to get 15 reps here, but that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm treating it like I'm going to get 15 reps and then just see where I end up. So the plan for tonight was sets of 10 on pull-ups. Start with 85 pounds on flat dumbbell presses. Then I'm going to do the second set at 70, the third set at 60, fourth set at 50, and the fifth set at 40 reps. Just want to get a good amount of pressing volume and pull-up volume in. On the pressing, I'm working hard to build my work capacity, and I'm using the high volume on dumbbells to build my stabilizers, but also just it's really good, I believe, for the ligaments, the tendons and the ligaments, to build resiliency. Can't just be pressing every session super heavy, but I need to keep the volume and the frequency high as I'm trying to build towards this 300-pound bench press. Same thing I'm doing with the dips. You've been watching. You know I'm working dips and some form of pressing 3 days per week. Each of them have a speed day, a max effort day, and then a volume day. Trying to work hard, leave no stone unturned, but keep my shoulders healthy at the same time. Can't afford any injuries this year on my road to 300 pounds. 2 years in a row, I've got up to 291.5, and then just ended up with some shoulder inflammation and different shoulder issues on the left side. So I got to work hard, but I got to work smart. 46 years old. Definitely doesn't get easier every year. So especially when it comes to recovering from injuries. So just got to do my best to avoid them, build a ton of resiliency and strength at the same time. Should be good to go. We're going to crush 300 pounds at some point over the next year here. All right, so we finished up the dumbbell presses for the day with a max rep set, 40-pound dumbbells. Couldn't quite eke out 30 reps, made it to 28. I was done at this point as far as pressing goes, so moved on to some shoulder. So giant set, starting with some rear delt work. I'll speed these way up to 8 times speed, but drop sets, do 4 drop sets on rear delts, then move on to 4 drop sets on side lateral raises. And then today, after that, I go on to just 1 AMRAP set on face pulls in a seated position. I did the face pulls using a towel as the attachment just to get some extra grip volume in at the same time as I was getting my upper back rear delt work in. Face pulls aren't insanely heavy, so I know that my grip won't be the limiting factor. Just give me that little bit of extra volume. Doesn't take away from the face pulls, the effectiveness they have on the rear delts and the upper back. So just a great way to be more efficient during my workout. But that's all I got for you guys for today's workout. Dips were a bit of a grind, but obviously we're in PR territory, so every week that we get through 6 sets is a good week. We're moving on to singles here soon. But before we move on to singles, we will test my 1 rep max and see how close to 200 pounds I am. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.